from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show.
Co-host, staffer, studio audience, and my virtual audience at home. How do I? I'm doing okay. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. My fingers aren't supposed to go through. It's supposed to be decor. It's in the way that my bracelet's done. Anyway, it's doing its job. It's red because today is National Red Wear Day. Red wear. So put on something red and show your support. I'm wearing my red because I am supporting American Heart Association's Go Red for Women's movement. You know, it is no secret that heart disease continues to be the #1 killer of women. Just when you think it might be something else like breast cancer or cervical cancer, no, it's heart disease. And awareness is really critical, so you know your family history. Talk to your family. You know, I find that that's very helpful. You talk to the older members in your family and you keep a tab on yourself because you're never too young to feel a little something. And also talk to your doctor, okay? All right. Well, the Super Bowl is on Sunday. And first of all, it's the #1 place where you at home having your parties are gonna, or could, catch COVID-19. They're warning you, they're telling you, don't have a good time with anybody except for people who you live with on a consistent basis. The people who live in your house regularly. And even then, don't have dip. Too germy. Yeah, germy. And bring your own utensils and your wipes and your masks. They say 2 masks are better than 1 these days. Anyway, so it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And I vote for the Chiefs. Apparently, football people say that Tom Brady and this Patrick Mahomes, they're the big deal because Patrick Mahomes he was the MVP for last year's game or something. And then Tom Brady's in his 40s and you know what he's 49?
No, younger than that. Probably 43, I think.
Same difference.
Yeah, right.
I mean, good for him, you know, for the older people, for going out there and running around and stuff. But I do feel he has too much. I'm sorry. He has too many, like everything goes to him. What went to him besides a trip to Disney World afterwards? What went to him?
Right, he's engaged.
Oh, a lot of money. Well, money doesn't mean everything. Look at that. He's engaged?
He is engaged.
To
some nice young, I think like a college sweetheart.
Oh, well, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah. Well, I make it no secret I will not be watching. I'm just so glad it's, you know, I wish that they would have Super Bowl Saturday, because in regular times, I used to love going over to my friends, the Hamlins in Jersey, and they would have Super Bowl parties with the girls, with the champagne, with the sparklers and stuff. Oh, yes. And cook, even though it's freezing out, on the grill, and food inside, and then everybody, that's back when you could double dip on the dip. And they'd have a whole bunch of TVs set up all around the house, and then they would, We would bet. Is that okay to say?
Yeah.
With real money?
Sure.
Okay. Well, we would bet. And then we wouldn't get home until like 1 o'clock in the morning with the Super Bowl starting at 6 o'clock. You really don't get there till it gets cool somewhere around halftime. Now it's all different. So if you're down with me for alternative programming, which the Super Bowl starts at 6, on a Sunday night, that's pretty much when I'm about to go to sleep anyway. Yeah. I won't be watching, but here's your alternative. The Kitten Bowl on the Hallmark Channel. Now, I will not be watching that. I have 2 cats. They don't care. They watch for 2 seconds like, oh, they make friends. Mom, everybody at the spa has, you know, they make friends. We're just glad we have each other. We don't have to talk to them. Can you change the channel? I'm like, gladly, girls. Besides, why aren't they fighting? And I'll say, it's the Hallmark Channel, girls. You know? Now, if they had a kitten bowl made of alley cats like my girls, now I'd watch and bet. Then your other alternative programming, Bravo has The Real Housewives of Atlanta all day. Now, I don't care, and the reason that I don't care is because they're interrupting my usual Sunday all-day Sex and the City marathon. So I'm not, hi girls, sorry. So I won't be watching The Real Housewives. They also have the 50 Shades of Grey marathon, all the movies on the E! channel. Nope. I still don't care. By then, what time is it, 9 o'clock?
Yeah.
All right.
By the end of that, probably like 10 o'clock, I think.
Yeah, no, the alarm is set, and I'll have some leftovers that, you know, I have in the fridge, just to give me the itis, and I'll really be down. But your last choice is TLC is having Dr. Pimple Popper's Poppy Bowl. Yeah. Now, she's not gonna have dogs out there or anything like that. I mean, she gets into and she pops these big, humongous. But the problem with this is, and I like her, and I like what she does, it's so disgusting. There's certain things that don't bother me when I eat at the same time, like Pimple Popper. When I first saw the show, it used to bother me to eat at the same time because sometimes like guacamole is like what you see coming out of, you know? But you know what? TLC has that 600-pound life. Well, yesterday I was watching my 1,200-pound family. Okay, it was a brother and a sister. And the brother weighs 1,600 pounds, and the sister weighs 1,700 pounds. Jesus. And but they all fit in the minivan. Goodness. And then you know they go to that doctor with the accent. And he's like mean, but he's firm with them, like lose weight. But it's become so much business that he has now. So he's hired on some man from Atlanta who comes in there and is like, all right, look, I don't know what you expect us to do with this. You must lose at least 100 pounds.
Just 100?
And they get on the scale and they're so happy. Like the brother lost 192 pounds since his last visit to the Mean Man. But since the Mean Man, they've hired on. Anyway, I'm able to eat during that show and find nothing wrong with they eat, I eat. He pulled up to the drive-thru. He ordered everything on the menu. He was so happy after seeing, and they can't close the back hatch to the There's 3 of them in the car because there's one more fatso, but she's not fat compared to them, but she's fat in real life. Like, really? You're fat. Anyway, I'm not watching any of that selected programming. I just choose to take a no-dose and eat some food and go to sleep.
Yep.
You know, Tom Brady, because you're not going to win, and you've got enough trophies, think about how Spinderella feels. All Spinderella wants is a Grammy. I think she deserves a Grammy. Sandy, Cheryl, I'm sorry I have to bring this up, but I've been saying this all along. Spinderella is as much part of Salt and Pepper as you two. She's the only one who could go it alone, except she's spending all her old lady years being bitter so she's not on the road, and she doesn't know how to play the EDM music. You know, the music that the kids who are paying to get in the club want to hear. So Salt and Pepper will be honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award. They're one of 4 people, 4 groups?
Yeah, there's a bunch of people.
Being honored. And Salt and Pepper are one of the, groups being honored. And because they say because Spinderella is no longer a part of the group, that Spinderella will not be getting a Grammy. See, I think this is wrong. Spinderella is bigger than the group. When she goes out on her own, Spin, I'm telling you right now, you need to be on the road as we speak. As a matter of fact, you need to be claiming your Grammy with them and getting on a plane for a 3-month residency in Dubai or something. Do you all think Spinderella needs to get a Grammy? How do you react? How do you react?
How do I what?
React.
I think she deserves. She was a big part of that group, and
She's the DJ. She's even bigger if she would just take a lesson from you on what to play.
Yeah. I haven't heard Spinderella play in a little while, except what she does on Instagram Live, but she definitely deserves a Grammy with Salt and Pepper, 100%.
There he is, backpedaling. You want to say her set is whack, and she really does need lessons.
Never. I never said that.
So, Hollywood Unlock has a keeper that I don't speak of because the keeper called me while my movie was playing. Remember I was telling you? There was one person who called me and interrupted me, so name shan't be spoken about. However, Hollywood Unlocked asked Salt Spinderella how she feels about not being honored. And here's what she said.
That 3rd album has my DNA in it. That 4th album, that 5th album, and anything after that. Salt and Pepper has to acknowledge the truth and the fact that their intention may have been to have me as a hired DJ, but their actions said different.
Do you believe that you deserve a Grammy or to be recognized at the Grammys?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I love that she says it, but her saying it while not being on a private plane to Dubai is part of why, come on, Spin. So while I was putting on my pretty red dress, I saw a thing come along on my phone. It was from a man whose name shan't be mentioned, who said to me that Keith Sweat wants my telephone number.
Keith Sweat?
But I'm like, Keith Sweat's been around for so long. Keith, you know what a booking department is. It's not like you haven't been here before. If you want to come on the show or be rolled in on the thing, Siobhan heads up my booking department. It's proper. And now I'm telling you through the TV, Siobhan is watching as I'm talking to you. Siobhan, when Keith Sweat calls, give him what he wants.
Yes.
Remember when the word on the curb was that Keith Sweat and Patti LaBelle were messing around?
Yep.
I helped fuel that.
I know.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
So Juicy Joe is looking to get his own reality show. I think this is great. It's gonna focus on life in Italy. Be quiet, everybody. The man paid. I mean, you know, he was dumb in the beginning. He's always been handsome, fat or thin. And now he's been on our show. He talked very kindly. It seems like he's learned the error of his ways. He can never come back to the US. They keep denying him. He's divorced from Teresa. If I were Teresa, I would be happy. Good, Joe's got something to occupy his time. Teresa, even if she doesn't stay with the man who looks like a younger version of Joe that she's with right now, even if she moves on, she can still get another boyfriend. That's her current boyfriend. But even if they don't stay together, you know how like you're happy for somebody that you were with when they're with somebody because that means they won't be bothering you? I think this is great. I would want to see Joe build houses and do construction. That's what he used to do in Jersey. I don't want to see him rob and steal because that's what he used to do when he was in Jersey too. That's why he's in Italy for life. But I would like to see Joe learn Italian. Why not? From a beautiful girl who's half naked with pasties that twirl around like this, right? And then I would like to see Joe date. Now, Joe, when he was on our show, and his girlfriend was there, but then she left the house, and then he was really able to talk. And he said he's not interested in getting married again. They don't live together. She does not have a key to his house. So I would like to see Joe date. She's cute. But you know what? She also speaks Italian. She probably talks about him right in front of him. You know what I mean? Speaking the Italian, like, hey, Giuseppe, you want to meet me around the back when Joe goes to sleep? Or whatever. And listen, it's not a Bravo thing, so Andy has nothing to do with this, but you know how to get in Andy's good graces, Joe? Because he will pick up the phone for you. This is what you do. You come out with a winery, or something that you can pour for the clubhouse, you know, mix a few drinks with your fingers and, you know, do whatever you do. And then you Zoom from Italy like everybody else does. Andy's the only one that I can think of that has the money to support a show like this, because this is not a sold show. This is an idea in Joe's head, see? But we're talking about it now, so I guess we're the first ones to spread the word. People have been talking about it, but they got it from us. Anyway, that's how you do it, Joe. And then the girls go over and they're looking for boyfriends and he's trying to be a father while still dating. And yes, it would just be the kind of mess that we love to watch. That's good. So you all heard day 2 of the blizzard while we were still all in the house being upset that we couldn't do a show, and we were upset that we were just sitting in the house looking at all the snowfall, but we're not going out there in that, 30 inches. See, so the city, New York, and every place, I guess, became a place of robbers and stealers. The cops are busy drinking coffee, you know, sitting. When they see chaos, I'm not going over there. I got retirement coming up, kids to take care of. The Chanel store in Soho was robbed at gunpoint on Tuesday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We're sitting in the house minding our own business. There's a woman officer at the door, and she says, I got a gun. They said, we got guns too, and we'll use them. So she goes outside and puts her hands up like, I'm done, I'm out. There's a whole lot of screaming. We can't pay, we don't want to use the budget of the show to pay for the extra screaming. Everybody scream. Ah! There you go. That is exactly what it sounded like, except it was rough. And all I could think of was, please don't let them be black. They're all black, including apparently the security guard. There were 4 men, and 2 went inside, and 2 stood outside as if we're gonna run along and call the cops. If you saw this go on, what would you do? Wouldn't you cross to the other side of the street, look down, maybe take a picture for Hot Topics or something?
Yep.
This stupid 4 men, you stole only 44 items totaling $165,000. Let me tell you something about Willie Sinclair III, my wardrobe warlock. No, but even the most basic person who goes into Chanel, even if you just buy a pin, you know, for $600, you know where the must-have pieces are that cost a fortune. The limited editions, like the fanny packs, and like the houndstooth pants, $3,000. This dress that was so ugly, even my son said it was ugly. I told him how much it was, $33,000. He was like, wow, Mom. Cost a lot to be you. I said, yeah, I'll come back and get it later for me. He thinks I have it. I'm not buying that. I mean, I like Chanel and everything like that, but something like that is clearly a gift. Anyway, only $165,000, that's what I'm saying. That's only for 44 items. They stole the pieces that are so basic, like the starter kit. And by the way, they got away with it because the cops didn't catch them. And they will stay away with it. And then I had somebody in our Hot Topics meeting say, well, what do you think they'll do with it? Because they can't sell it. I said, yes, they can. They don't even have to go to eBay. You wait up there at the corner. My car pulls out in 45. No, but here's the deal. There's a place called the Leather Spa that fixes everything that looks just like brand new, and they don't ask questions. You don't have to have the paperwork and all that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Wait, can I tell that last story? It was a good one about Funkmaster Flex.
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this Funkmaster Flex, and I'm only doing this story Flex because I find it so humorous that you're making the liposuction such a big deal. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Wendy, and you were right there for lipo lunch and all that stuff. You were probably curious then. That was before you drank and partied, though. Like, he's late to all the game, you know what I mean? 1994, I had mine done, but here's Flex. He's opening up more about his liposuction surgery. He says that when he went public because he thought that other celebrities do it and it's not a big deal. Well, take a look at him talk about it. It's not 1994, by the way. This is 2021. Late to the game Flex, who's frightened to death of my ex-husband. For what reason, I have no idea. Oh, frightened to death, to the point where he keeps his relationship with me at bay. Like, I thought he and I were cool. I went up there, you know, I'm spinning with him and stuff like that. We exchanged numbers. And so I texted him about something, and then he called me. He said, Wendy, I can't be bothered. I forgot what it was. Like, let's go to Coney Island, you know, not a date. Just like, let's go to Coney Island, or where are you playing tonight? He's like, I can't do that to Kev. I love Kev. I love you. I'm like, all right. I'm not asking you to choose, but I know your history more than him. You met him through me, like most of you. Anyway, look at Flex.
I went public with it just because I thought everyone did. Now, I can't say I seen, but I could say, you know, I did. And to my knowledge, like Drake and Kanye and LL and people like that's what they were doing.
Well, first of all, who's surprised? If you live in Atlanta or LA, that's the way to go. All the men are doing it. It's very suspect to me, but, well, I have my opinion. LL has gotten not just the liposuction. How do you think all this stays preserved? Come on, Todd. You know, I know. That's the problem that he has with me. If I didn't ever tell you, it's this, because I've been calling him out for years. If I went to in 1994, he might have been 97. You know, like shortly after. Shortly after. And then men getting like pecs and calves and guns and stuff. And Kanye, of course. Look at his family. I mean, they're gonna get a divorce, but still. Didn't Kanye admit he got liposuction? Mm-hmm. Yeah, by the way, Flex was wearing a waist trainer while he was talking to us. He was wearing, while he was talking to us in that video. Yeah, he said it previously, like, I'm wearing a waist trainer, yeah. Now, he got his liposuction a long time ago, so he really is. Because once you get liposuction, if you get it good, you shouldn't have to wear a waist trainer. Like, I don't wear a waist trainer. I can't wear a waist trainer. Like, I've tried. I asked Willie to get me one, you know, real thick, good one. Took 3 people to put me in it. I was like, get me out, get me out, get me out. I can't. And then who else did he say? LL Cool J.
LL, Drake, and Kanye.
Drake. Yeah, Drake. A little 6-pack, a little liposuction. He's got to stay sexy for the girls who are also doing it. As a matter of fact, some of his girls are probably the ones helping to remove his dressing and driving him back and forth. Women have no dar. Women don't care. I just have more opinion. I wonder what Debbie Allen thinks of this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
She's a legend. She's been around for a long time. She's up next. She's a guest on our show today. I'm gonna ask her. So grab a snack and come on back. I didn't leave you out, French Montana and Safari. Anyway, our first guest, everybody, does it all. She's an actress, a dancer, a director, a producer. She's a mother, she's a wife, she's a sister, she's ours. Say hello to Debbie Allen. I'm doing well.
So much fun. fun. Oh my God.
Thank you.
I've just enjoyed watching you.
I'm just saying, what do you think about this liposuction and these implants with the men these days?
Well, look, we're talking about packaging. That's what you're talking about. I mean, people get this done because they're not comfortable with how they look. They want to look better. And I think perception, I think a lot of women get so much done because they are trying to please men. But I think if somebody's trying to please themselves, that's something different. But I was surprised to hear about all the guys. I wasn't aware of all of that. So,
well, your normie, it doesn't need any of that. Your norm is fantastic looking.
He is, honey, but he works out every day. Every day,
Still.
except maybe Sunday. He works out every day, and it's part of his MO. He is that NBA All-Star who he was when I first met him, and it's exciting to me because I enjoy him a lot.
Oh, say. Shoe cam, please.
Hello.
Oh, comfortable, practical, modern, nice. Nice. So you're 71 years old, you don't mind saying it because you packaging, you look fabulous.
Well, you know what? It's less about what I look like than what I feel and what I'm doing. I am so active right now. My life couldn't be fuller between the Debbie Allen Dance Academy, Grey's Anatomy, and the prospective things that I'm working on. I'm excited. It's what my Chinese doctor calls my second spring. He says that's what it is.
Yeah. Married for 36 years. So I guess between Norm working out every day and then you working at everything every day, I mean, it doesn't seem like you sit down, but you do have find time to be together. And you were quarantined together and you say it's made you even stronger, huh?
It has. We really, really like each other. There's one thing about love and sex and all like that, but do you like the person? Norman and I actually like each other and we enjoy a lot of the same things. We binged watched Bridgerton together, which I think made us feel a little sexy with each other. It was pretty hot.
How did you meet him? Set the scene for me. How did you meet him?
Oh my God. The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh. It was a movie about the basketball player starring Dr. J. I was the cheerleader. I was also the choreographer. And he was Norman Nixon. He was a young basketball star. I'd never seen him or heard of him, but every basketball star in the world was in this movie. And there he was, and there I was. And it was like, oh, Lord, can I get away and be a good girl? I got away by the skin of my chinny chin chin. But then when I came to do Fame in Los Angeles, I went to a Laker game and he was like, what are you doing here? I said, well, I live here now, I'm working. He said, oh. I got you now. And I was like, all right.
So, did your sister like him to begin with? Right away, did your sister? Because I know you're close.
Alicia was good with it. She didn't really have that much opinion about it. She wasn't around that much. She was busy in New York. She was
with Cosby at
busy
that time.
doing. My mother had certain concerns. And I was like, Mom, calm down.
Mom.
But Norman, when she came to visit and she saw his house and all his cars, and I said, Mother, you're so materialistic. What is going on? This is not about any of that. But she was impressed because Norman always loved to read books. And he could talk to her. My mother's a writer. He could talk to her about writers and history and literature. And he dispelled that myth of the
dumb athlete.
That just is out the window with him and so many others like him.
Let's show a family picture of the Nixons. I have to say, I thought that your son was Norm at first. What a beautiful family you have.
I know, I'm so proud of them. I love them.
So,
and now I have grandchildren.
Good for you. Mariah Carey calls you her guardian angel. What?
Oh, I love Butterfly. I did her world tour a couple of times, and she is one of the most creative human beings on this planet. She is very giving and loving, and she's such a good mother. You should just see her away from all of this when she's with her kids. it's a precious thing to peep in on. I saw it so much. I saw so much.
Well, I see the dance moves didn't rub off because she's back to, but you know what? Some people don't need to dance. That voice, and she flits and she changes her costumes.
She moves just as much as she needs to, Wendy. The way she sings, she doesn't have to do much. She can go like this and hit those notes.
As if you didn't try?
What?
Did you try to get her to dance?
I did get her to dance. She did exactly what I wanted her to do. I staged a whole show around her.
Okay.
And she walked across the floor on
that's you.
cue and came back, and she did a little bounce. But there was no need for her to turn into Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
Because she's Mariah Carey.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Now, did your dance moves work on Cardi B? You tried to teach her ballet?
I had so much fun with her. She is so cute. Her feet are this big. I mean, literally. She's so tiny. And, well, this was just a fun thing. This is her show about her trying things that she's never done. And this ballet dance was new for her, and we welcomed her to Dada. And it was just great being around her. She's a doll. She's a doll.
Nice. Do you entertain at you all's house? I mean, with masks and stuff like that. Do you and Norm invite people over?
Very few. We've been really good. My mom is 97 years old. My granddaughter Shiloh is 2. My new one is 2 months. We have a lot to protect. And here at Grey's Anatomy, our protocols for COVID are so strong. And I know so much. So I'm really careful. But my friends got tired and they wanted to come over. So we went in the backyard one time and we had a little soiree with 6 people, only 6 people, but we were distanced from each other and we were, drinking and eating, and it was fun, but we don't do a lot of that. And Super Bowl Sunday, it's just going to be my son, my husband, and us. And it's Shiloh's birthday, so
perfect.
That's it.
Did you give Jesse Williams, we've talked about Messy Jesse a lot here on Hot Topics. Did you give him any advice since you're the queen of Grey's Anatomy now?
Well, my advice to him is just keep doing what he's doing. He's very creative. He's writing now. He gets a lot of offers to do things.
What about his ex-wife? You know what I'm talking about. What about his relationship?
What are you doing? Child, stay out of that man's business. You got everybody else's business on your plate. Leave Jesse alone.
Well, I'm wearing red today. You've got on your red pin. You've partnered with the National Kidney Foundation. Now, do you have the kidney?
I have my kidneys. What are you asking me?
Are they okay? Are your kidneys okay? A lot of times when people...
My kidneys are great. And this is a campaign that I joined to bring attention and awareness to the world. Type 2 diabetes is something so big in our community, and it is a high risk factor going into chronic kidney disease. So my family has been devastated by type 2 diabetes. My dad died of it. My uncle, my aunt died in my arms. And so I feel like I have something to share, and knowledge is power. And I want people to know and ask themselves, are they part of the 33%? That means 1 in 3 Americans that are walking around right now that are at risk for chronic kidney disease. And there's a website, minuteforyourkidneys.org. If you go there, you can find out all this information. And I know COVID is the headline, but it's time for us to look at everything. If there was anything COVID did, it shined a light on the disenfranchisement in our medical care and attention and access. Where are we as Black and brown people? And this is something we need to pay attention to. It's in my family, and I'm watching my own health. I was diagnosed as pre-diabetic last summer. And when I joined this campaign, I learned about this urine test that I could take to tell me. I took it, and now I know that I don't have, chronic
Debbie
kidney
Allen,
disease.
it's always a pleasure speaking with you. And thank you for enlightening us about the kidney. Now we've learned about the heart, the kidney. Now we got to get back to our messy show and get into other people's business, all right? We'll be right back. time for our annual Endzone Dance Off. I think Willie thought that the Jets were gonna be in the Super Bowl. Sorry, it's about fashion. And our dancers are on Zoom. This should be interesting. Here's what you're playing for. You're playing for a 70-inch Element TV with built-in Roku player. This is the best smart TV experience on the market with over 250,000 free movies and TV shows. Wow, that's a lot of watching. Runners-up will receive the Roku Streaming Stick Plus. Okay, let's start. Our first dancer is...
Hi Wendy, my name's Hannah and I'm from the United Kingdom, baby. I'm a makeup artist and a virtual Zumba teacher. Now, here's my Endzone dance. Hit it!
If you think that you're on top, it's time to reevaluate. I've been booking honeys left and right and I got lots to say. Honey, don't step out of line because you better know your place.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Hannah. Here's our second dancer. Take a look.
Hi, Wendy. How you doing? My name is Alexis. I'm from Virginia. I'm EMT, and here's my Endzone dance. Touchdown. Let's go.
I'm screaming and louder. I got the power. Bitches can't help but be sour. I got the power. I'm screaming and louder. I got the power.
Here's our last dancer. This is actually a couple. Take a look.
Hi, Wendy. I'm David, and this is my beautiful wife,
Nana.
How you doing? We live in Hawaii.
On the beautiful island of Oahu.
I work with special needs adults.
And I'm a stay-at-home mom of 4 beautiful kids.
Now here is our end zone dance. Touchdown!
To announce the winner, drum roll, please. Hands down, you others were good, but the winners are David and Nana. You deserve it all. Congratulations. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Runners up, get the Roku stick. We'll be right back. It's time for Mask Wendy. Candace is in Pittsburgh. Hi, Candace. How you doing?
How you doing, Miss Wendy?
Good, Candace. So, we're gonna show you a celebrity wearing a mask, and you're gonna tell us who it is. I didn't guess this one. Let's see the photo. And then I guessed it. It's the wings on the outer lashes.
Can I have a little hint?
Debbie Allen is her hero.
Mariah Carey.
There you go. Good for you. You got a $100 gift card to Mix Tiles. I love them. I've got them in my office and at my home. Enjoy Mix Tiles. We'll be right back. Marco Susswan and I are arguing over who's a better lyricist, Fab or Cameron. Anyway, it's time to reveal our eye candy of the day. Shayla's in Florida. Take a look.
Hola, Wendy. ¿Cómo tú estás? My name is Shayla from Winter Haven, Florida, and I want to thank you for making me your eye candy of the day. This dress was a gift from my baby girl, $28 on Amazon. These shoes, $39.99 on clearance, and this belt, a gift from my hubby to finish it off. I love you, Wendy.
I love a see-through dress. I love the traffic in the background, and I love that bra. I think I have that same bra, the one where you, sexy. Shayla, we're sending you a limited edition, how you doing, light up face mask. We'll be right back. It was close, but the winner is fabulous. Anyway, do you want to be a part of the fun? Our virtual audience is all that. Go to wendyshow.com to sign up, and we'll be right back. fashion-wise, we think that Cam wins, because Cam was not scared, or is not scared still, to be himself. Whereas I think that Fab has a stylist, and he says, just put me in something so I can go out there and rip it. But then again, Cam is not awake probably, because yesterday was his 45th birthday. So from the pink car to the pink mink to the pink in your cup, happy belated birthday, sir. I want to thank my special guest today. Oh, this was custom made for me, so you can't get this, and I'm taking it home for a Super Bowl party or something. On Monday, we have a full hour of juicy hot topics. I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time on Wendy.
How you doing?
Nice.